Right, so let's talk about Shulker Box unloading. When I go mining, the worst thing I have to do is to lay down all the Shulker boxes full of garbage and then unload them all by hand. Well, that sucks. So I built a Shulker Box Unloader. I did go through a few failed versions. And here's a failed version over here, and there's one over there and stuff. And I destroyed a couple other ones because I just got sick of them and I just wanted to destroy things. Working for a few hours at redstone only to see it fail makes you a little crazy. So, this one works. Check it out. Here's a shulker. It's got this stuff in it, right? Okay, so here's how this thing works. You plop that there. It's unloading everything. You could tell because this thing's blinking, blinking, blinking. And when it gets done unloading, piston will drop it in here, and you got an empty shulker. And you could do that one after the other. Could I design a system to put a bunch of shulkers in one box and dispense them? Yeah, maybe. But this one is easy, and I like easy. Now, I could be one of those guys who says, hey, here's how to build it, and then just takes you through the exact steps of how to build it, but doesn't explain it. But those guys suck. So, here we go. So, this piston is supposed to break this shulker box when this detects that there are no more items in it, and the changes are done here. So this one, and we'll place another one here, detects that there are items. If there are items, it will turn this block on, which will turn this off, which means no pulse will go to this. While it is off, then changes to this will pulse and break the shulker. But notice, all these changes are happening, but nothing's happening here because this line is on. This isn't going to affect this. It only affects it when this line is off. A little AND gate action going on here. Here, I'll show you again. Blink, blink, blink. You can blink all day, but as long as this is on, this isn't going to affect this block. And as soon as it stops, then there's that piston. So let's take a look at that. Why isn't this piston just always extended? Well, it's because we have this thing going on here. This takes a signal and turns it into a pulse. Allow me to explain. Here's a piston, here's a lever. It's a solid signal, it's always going to be up. If it's off, it's always going to be down. It doesn't do this. Now, how do we turn this solid signal into just a pulse? Well, magic of comparators. And of course, repeaters. The comparator by itself isn't going to do anything. But a comparator takes the signal strength of the back, and if it's stronger than the ones connected onto the side of it, then it'll send the pulse through. It'll send the signal through. If the signals on the side are stronger, well, then it's not going to do that. So we put a little delay in here. Oh, look what happened. It turned a solid signal into a pulse. And you could delay that even further if you really want. See the delay? That's how we turn this solid signal into a pulse, so it only pulses once, and then we can, because otherwise this piston would be extended, and we wouldn't be able to get a shulker back in there. Aha! Let's just let it go. Show you again. And there you go. That's how that works. Let's build it. Alright, so we're going to start with where all the items are going to go. And this could just as easily be a hopper system or a water system or whatever storage system you want. But we're just getting them here to get them out of the way for now. I'm going to put a couple hoppers there. And then one more. This is... You don't have to follow this exactly. This hopper could go anywhere. Let's get this. These are decorative blocks. You get these out of the way. It's this. This just need to get out of my way and out of the system. You could just as easily push them forward, push them over here. Doesn't matter. Moving on. So we're going to use purple as just scaffolding blocks. Hopper goes into there, which is technically a chest. This is where the shulkers are going to go when the piston destroys them. Everything else, when you put a shulker down, it's going to drop here. I'll just do it. And now notice everything's going to get funneled into here. That's that working as intended. So let's get rid of that. Let's lay a piece of concrete right there and a piston. And we don't need that concrete anymore. So the piston will push the shulker that way. We're going to need an observer. So we're going to need some more scaffolding over here and a little bit over here. So let's put the observer facing this way. Oops, wrong way. Whoops, wrong way. Right way. There it is. See, the observer face has got to be right there. And then we need a comparator right there. That's this whole business. The glass is just to keep the items, the shulker from going anywhere else but right there. But we don't worry about the glass right now. Let's grab that signal from the comparator. Now, a comparator does not put off a very strong signal. So that's why I use a repeater to make it stronger. And then, of course, we need some stairs down. Oops, don't need that. And we'll deal with that signal in a minute. Now let's look at the back of the observer. The observer will reverse this signal if it observes anything there. Watch. See? Turns it off if there's anything there. So we're going to need some stairs down. We're going to need some stairs up first, aren't we? Okay, there we go. Bloop, bloop. Now what are we going to do with this signal? We need to turn it off there. When you power a torch, it turns it off. You just leave a torch normally, it turns it on. But see, this torch is powered. So we need that signal off. And then we're going to do one of these. One of these. And we're going to take this into a repeater. Why a repeater? Because by the time it gets down here, the signal might be weak. And we don't want a weak signal. So we're going to put that signal from the repeater into this block. And then we need to move it up. But before we do that, let's build this thing. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then that goes there. Don't need that. The comparator goes here. Repeater goes here. Oh yeah, we want a delay on this. Then we just gotta move the signal up. So we need a signal from this to go up. That'll power that. Which powers that. Which powers that. Which powers that. And now we just need to glass this thing in. So let's put some glass here. And let's put some glass here. Not there. Not there. Stop. Now we need to put some glass here. So we'll just do this. And we'll cover this up as well. Don't really need that. And we've got it. Let's make sure it's working. It's draining all the items into here. It's working. And then once it's done draining the items, it kicks the shulker right there. So there you go. That's your... I'll give you a good look at it. That's your shulker unloader. Oh, and if you want to make decorative blocks around it, you'll need to... Let's see. You need to stand here. So let's make it pretty. So let's make it pretty. There you go. And you'll need the 7 or 8 blocks it takes behind the wall. That's it. Happy shulking. Like and subscribe. go check out Geekcraft. Goodbye.